squeeze. Okay, I think we're live.
No, no kidding.
We're live.
Okay,
It's Friday. It's 5 o'clock, and it's time for MARIMAR'S Spanish Table. All right, here we are coming to you. We skipped January. Sorry about that. We were traveling for the holidays. And yeah. So okay, Mom. What are we cooking today?
We're doing a chicken rosalia. And rosalia was, I mean, that's not what we say. It's a chicken stew with only saffron sauce.
It's also kind of sputtering at me, Mom.
Well, yeah, well, put it away then. Okay. Because what we're doing is we're sauteing the
it's also
chicken.
kind of loud, Mom.
Okay, fine. I'll take it out. Okay.
So it's Rosalia's chicken stew.
Yeah.
With saffron, almonds, and eggs.
That's right. And mushrooms and all these things.
And who was Rosalia?
Rosalia was my parents' cook. And she was wonderful. She just was with us forever, you know, and then she died quite a few years ago, but yeah, shortly after my mother died, Anyway, so this is a very homey dish, and of course I, give it a little more pep with things that she didn't use, but I don't remember what. But the key thing here is saffron. We're going to use saffron.
Yeah, we get to use some saffron.
Yeah.
And do look in the content of the post for the recipe, of course, and the wine pairing. We are pairing it with our 2018 Tempranillo. Yum, yum, which I think we got to pour ourselves a glass. Made it through the week. Mom also literally got back late last night from Spain, a whirlwind trip to Spain. And do let us know that you've tuned
4 days. Just for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday to Sunday I was able to play some tennis.
Oh boy.
I got in Saturday late night.
And do let us know that you've tuned in and where you are tuning in from, and what you are cooking this weekend.
Okay.
And I know we've got a shout out. We've got Sam Y and Carly listening.
That's right, because and we're going to shout out for their wine class, right? That's in late February. They're going to be doing this dish. Pairing it with another wine class, not ours.
Okay, well.
But I hope that this dish comes out really well, okay?
Beautiful.
And so what I've been doing here, while you got me to stop, was to saute the chicken. And what we did is have a recipe. So this is, this is a quarter of a chicken because the other quarter will come later. And so this is, as nice and sauteed as it should be, kind of. Oops. And now it goes into this lovely casserole. Okay.
We've got Rong, who's Mark and Rong, who have also joined to tune in today. Okay. Well, shall we maybe interrupt you to toast, share a glass of Tempranillo? Indeed.
The 18th vintage of this wine is just
pretty good, right? Cheers.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Bonnie's making her rounds. Okay, so what were you in the middle of telling us about?
Okay, so here's the skillet where the chicken has been sauteed, and I think here, that's it. Now we're gonna add all the little goodies that go around, which are the mushrooms, right?
Oh man,
just like
mushrooms.
That.
I mean, I have a lot of favorite foods. I love food. But like in terms of ingredients and dishes, mushrooms, eggplants.
Did you like eggplant? You love eggplant. Yes.
What is it? Plural is
eggplants. No, eggplant.
Yeah. I think that's plural. Anyways, I love mushrooms.
So onionitas, little onions and such.
And those little onions are so good and they get so tender.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yesterday I came on the flight and I was flying business, not first class, but business here. And so
you were slumming it in business class.
What's slumming?
Like poor you. You were in business class and not in first class.
Well, anyway, and there was this that said king oyster mushrooms. I thought, I'll have that. And it was the vegetarian plate, and they were really so awful. They were just tasty. I mean,
plain food isn't exactly.
But I mean, how can they ruin oyster, king oyster mushrooms? Okay, so this is gonna saute here for a while, okay? And it's gonna be like.
And those whole mushrooms, I guess they get smaller.
They get much smaller. Yeah. I'll show you how they get. they get to be like, oops, where are they? We
They're
lost
in
them.
there.
Okay, here.
They're in there.
This is how they get to be. This tiny. Okay?
Beautiful. Oh, we've got a good punny comment here from our dear team member Lauren. Chicken stew sounds stupendous. Well done. I applaud this. Also, David Clardy says, hello, he is watching. I have your Tempranillo and I love it. Thanks for tuning in, David. Good to have you.
If it's the same vintage, it's wonderful. And the 17 is also.
And hello from Fiona and Dobro from around the corner, probably.
Yay. We have to play some tennis next week, okay?
Yes. So good to have you.
This weekend I'm going skiing.
What are we doing next?
So now
we're pretending
what's supposed to happen is that, they get smaller and they get sauteed in the, okay, let me.
Is this when I talk about the wine?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
so let me tell you a little bit about our 2018 Tempranillo. All right, so this is, Tempranillo is a classic Spanish variety, one of the Spanish varieties that we grow here in Sonoma County. And we, so it is grown here on the Don Miguel Vineyard. This is originally and primarily grown in Spain, most famously in Rioja, as well as Ribera del Duero. And
all over Spain.
And all over Spain, yes.
Under different names.
Yeah, that's true. What are all the different, or at least
what
a
is
few
it
different?
called in Catalonia?
Tinto Fino. Oh, oof.
Ha! He doesn't know. It's called Ul de Liebra.
With the Liebra, Eye of the Hare.
Yes, very good.
But why is it called Eye of the Hare?
I have no idea. But don't ask so many questions. And then in La Mancha,
You just put me on the spot.
That's right. And then in La Mancha, where it's not very good, it's called, I forgot. Yeah, anyway.
Okay, so Tempranillo. This is certainly a fuller-bodied wine than Pinot Noir, but it's not like giant, but it certainly does have a bit more tannin. This wine,
but the tannin, once it mellows out,
Yeah.
you cannot have. That's funny. Once when we were releasing one of the Tempranillos, I wanted to send samples to a magazine that I will not mention the name of, and I said, I'd like to send you samples of my 17. And they said, oh, I'm sorry, but that was too old. Too old, yeah. We only are asking for samples of the 18.
But do you know anything about Tempranillo? Tempranillo takes its time. In Rioja, they release 5 to 10, 20 years later. This wine takes its time. We released the 2018 actually last August or something like that, and Mom was really concerned about it being too young, too tight. We do, so it is all grown on this vineyard, aged in French oak. This vintage we actually aged a little longer to see if it would soften the tannins. So it spent 18 months in French oak.
Let me tell you, 2 days ago when I was in Spain, we did a tasting for all the visitor centers team, about 20 people, and we tasted the Tempranillo 18. We had tasted the same wine a year ago, and they said, oh, we didn't like it last year, but now we love it. And isn't that impressive?
Yeah.
It really happens.
I mean, that happens with all, or it can happen with all wines, right?
Well, our wine, because, we grow grapes, it's true, the European method, which is close density planting, and the combination of that and the soil and the climate makes for wines that live for a long time, but they're not ready to drink the next day.
Okay, I think we need to go to the next step, Mom.
Okay, the next step is you get your glass out of here, and you put this in here, please.
All right.
And then I put all this. Supposedly now it's been 15 to 20 minutes.
Well, we're in the magic land.
Yes, and
okay,
put this over it. And then this is here, and oh wait, no, we have to deglaze. I forgot. We have to deglaze the skillet. Right. So we put some wine here. Some wine.
Deglaze sounds fancy. What does that even mean?
Deglaze means that you do this. But you wait until the wine is warm, and then you go like that. See it, and see all this lovely brown stuff here.
There's some little
down in the kitchen. That's chicken.
We have so much fun. And I promise we haven't even had a glass of wine before.
And so now you have to wait. Yeah, this stupid thing is kind of complicated. But anyway, it starts to boil, and then of course the alcohol reduces, so you get something that has no alcohol but lots of flavor.
Yeah. And then that's called the glaze.
Exactly. So you're deglazing because you're get a glaze here.
You get all sorts of good flavors from like the remnants of cooking what was just in the pan.
So we're not pretend that it's deglazed.
Yep.
It's not, but we don't have time to do it, right? But you can get the idea, right? See how you already got beautiful color, and then right here. Okay, and now we put this here, please.
Okay. And Mom, guess what? Sam and David, and I assume Coralie, will be coming to our flamenco event in August. Yeah, good. So excited to have you join us. Oh, for those of you who have not been to our flamenco show event, it is pretty spectacular. I mean, all of our club events are. Mom knows how to throw a hell of a party and cook quite tasty food, of course. It's a flamenco show at dusk in the summer overlooking the vineyard, full dinner. It's pretty spectacular. Okay, what next?
Now we're adding the stock. And this is, of course, homemade chicken stock.
You know, I think it would be interesting to do an episode on like making a good chicken stock.
Oh, and
do you guys think we should do an episode on like chicken or veal or fish stock?
Okay, so we're adding the salt.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, right. We love to get feedback.
Okay, and so this recipe it builds on yes, the bay leaf. One bay leaf. Yeah. This recipe builds on. It has some really beautiful earthy flavors from the almond, saffron.
Saffron. We need to try what
saffron. And the egg yolks. Yeah. Which are in the form of a picada, right?
Exactly.
And what is a picada?
Well, picada means pounded, and it's one of the 5, I think, principles of Catalan cuisine. Sofrito, picada, blah blah blah.
Kind of like the 4 sauces in French.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, you're right. Good point.
I'm not even one who cooks.
So this is now going to cook here for reduce it to very low, cover tightly with foil. So we're gonna be foiling this.
Well, I put it over here. Right.
Okay. So we're foiling it so that so that it's tighter. There's no air.
Why is that?
So there's no air because then it will not get the air that's not good. And now so you see it's more tight. Yeah. I mean,
less evaporation?
Yeah. Okay. No, and also kind of it cooks better.
Stays more moisture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right.
So
then salt and pepper, add stock, bring to boil. So now it's going to boil. We reduced it to low. We covered tightly with foil. Place casserole lid on top. We did. And simmer for 15 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Imagine that. So wait, but what is a picada besides it meaning?
That's right.
I think it means like chopped as well, doesn't it?
Well, pounded. Normally you get it in we have to get here one. I have
mortar and pestle.
Yes, the mortar and pestle.
I remember using that when I was little, when I would help you with little things.
Yes, because we didn't have food processors then, but so you would pounding, and and then you do that with the almonds. The almonds are over here, and because this makes so much noise, I already pounded them ground them. Thank you, ground them. And now what we're going to have is the garlic, a little bit of garlic that we're going to pound very quickly.
Pound? Then, you mean process, food process.
Yeah, what's the verb pounding? Pounding. Yeah. And then you take the egg yolk that is here, and then the saffron. This is the lovely saffron. So why is saffron so important in, or why is it like in Spanish cuisine? Why is it so prominent? Did you know that this is the costliest spice in the world? So also, another question, why is it so expensive? Because it's so expensive, isn't it? Yes, because it is very, very expensive to produce. Okay. And it really is, it's mostly, of course it came into Spain from the Moors? Moors, yes, who invaded Spain, as you know, for several centuries. And so in La Mancha, which is the central part of Spain, which is huge, there's a lot of, and it's called the gold of La Mancha. Yeah,
Okay.
it's called the gold of La Mancha. So there's this, among the vines, there's the
They plant saffron among the vines?
well, or nearby.
Okay.
It sounds good.
That sounds beautiful.
That was a nice phrase, right? Among the vines. No, it's not among the vines. You see these fields of purple, and there's the flowers of saffron. So the saffron has the purple leaves, and then it has 3 pistils, and those are the saffron. So they have to be picked early in the morning, because otherwise the sun is not good for it. And then they
Like grapes. Well, maybe. Okay, fine.
and then the women do the work of taking each flower
yes.
and taking the 3 pistils.
Yes, because women have delicate fingers.
Honestly, I mean, it takes forever. But can you imagine the poor men? I mean, these are low plants,
To the ground.
and they have to go like that. You know,
That's
with their backs
back-breaking
straight.
work.
Oh,
Back-breaking work.
it is. And the women just sit around the tables and they tell jokes.
So
and
it's
stuff.
actually better.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Be a woman.
Ladies.
So
Ladies
now
figure it out.
I'm going to, okay, so let me know
Food
if
processor.
just very quickly.
All
There you
right.
go. That's
Ah, that was pretty quick.
See?
Usually mom just like shuts me up. She turns on the food processor and it's like, you're done for now.
it. So we're going to put got it. And then the egg whites are reserved, and then you
Add them at the end. Chop them up.
chop them. Thank you, Mom.
And I think this is a punny one as well from our dear, very talented production and vineyard manager, Taylor. This would be a great recipe for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Was that fun?
Soup, yeah, Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Hey.
That wasn't one.
I love the punny jokes.
Okay, and now we're gonna put a little bit of stock in here with the picada, so that it forms a paste, and then we're gonna add it there.
Oh, we have a question from our dear Taylor.
Okay.
Marimar, where can we buy one of those Marimar State chef coats?
You know, I don't know, because I didn't buy it. I got it as a gift, and it says.
It says Marimar Torres.
I know.
It says
There
Marimar
is
Torres.
something
It's
in
from the Food
Florida.
and Wine Festival.
Yeah, but it was like gazillion years ago.
That's now become a Marimar's Spanish Table classic.
There you
I
go.
mean, hey, Taylor maybe should join us for an episode of this, and we could get him a chef's coat. Oh boy, that'd be
You
fun.
could get what? A chef's coat?
Maybe Taylor could join us for an episode,
Yeah, and get
and
a
he would
chef's
earn his own chef's coat.
Okay, so now we are going
Man
to
of many talents.
see. So now with a little stock.
Just shut me up.
With a little stock, it now has formed a paste, and we're gonna add this paste. Oh yeah. So now let's pretend that all this is cooked. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, we won't, because then this will be no. So once this is cooked, okay, let's say that it is cooked. Let's say it is not.
Also,
Okay, let's see how nice it looks. Can you see? Oh,
okay.
But
Ta-da!
of course, that
Yeah.
in 15 minutes it will be much better.
It smells really good already.
And then you can leave it
Yep,
here.
leave it there.
And then you will add this here with paste. Sí, de acuerdo. Sí, I know. She's
And also, Sam says, because he'll be making this dish with his Real High Class, as mentioned. Sam is a dear friend, club member, and wine educator, and he says that he thinks his class participants will love this dish.
All right.
I do agree.
All right.
So, okay, so
So this is what the paste looks, okay? Which I will add when this is totally cooked.
Yes.
Okay, and then
well, but
you
we
will
like
I
just like
know.
magic, as if it had been, you know.
So if you want to move this over, it's a little bit much. And ta-da! And then you put it in a lovely cazuela or
Oh, the
cazuela.
terracotta.
And it's like that.
There we go, with
Okay.
a little sprinkle of the egg yolk on top.
Exactly. We're gonna sprinkle
And look,
some
the
egg
mushrooms
yolks.
got
Yeah,
like
look
tiny.
how tiny they got. And they go like that. And that's our dinner, kid.
Beautiful. Yum, yum. I'm getting hungry indeed. This is such like a homey, like earthy, but not heavy
No,
stew.
no.
It's really still like and it's also very healthy, by the way. But it's like it has substance to it without being like dense. It's not like creamy, buttery, fatty.
Also, if you have guests on a Sunday or a Saturday and you want to cook the day before, this definitely can be done the day before. And you just add at the last moment you sprinkle the egg white. Okay. Hey, we did pretty good.
We did. Oh my gosh! Do we get to try it now?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
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 So
Let's
you
have
want
a
the
bite.
little breast, and I want the little.
Yeah, Mom doesn't like white meat because she finds it's always overcooked.
Always.
Always.
Mm-hmm. Okay, muy bien.
Okay, with some veggies. Let's see how it is with the tempranillo.
mushrooms.
Wait, I think I had more questions for you.
Okay, yes. Whatever you want.
I think my only question left was, there's something that you always say about like using too much saffron or like.
Oh, that's right. That's right. What did I say?
Too much of your thing. You can taste it.
Oh yeah, that's right. With saffron, you really should add some flavor to the dish, but you should not be able to say, "Oh, this has saffron." Then you've added too much. So if you can tell there's saffron, that's too much. So if you
Which is the case with like really almost any spice, right?
That's
For
right.
a good cook.
That's right. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna taste it too.
All right.
I'm gonna taste the mushroom.
Which also translates to like your approach and our approach to the use of oak in winemaking, right? I think.
Oh, the other day, I was at the
That's very good.
I was at the lounge of Lufthansa.
Yeah,
right. And I was really funny. I was waiting for my mimosa, and this guy comes in and says, "I want an oaky Chardonnay." I thought, really? Are there people who ask for
There
oaky
are.
Chardonnay? And
There are.
the bartender, he was Oriental.
It's like Rombauer.
Persian, and he said, I have a Chardonnay. Do you want my goddamn Chardonnay or not? It was so funny. I said, no, I want an oaky Chardonnay. I said, well, if you want the Chardonnay, here it is. And he was like, yeah, get out of here. It was very funny.
Oh, the pairing is really nice. It's really nice because the Tempranillo, the fruit, but it matches up like the full-bodied nature of the Tempranillo matches up nicely with the hardiness, that earthiness of like the saffron almond. It's also really nice.
Veggies.
I did. I'll have more. It's also a really fun texture, which I think happens a lot with your recipes of like a nice textural element, especially with chopped almonds. A little bit of a crunch. That's really pretty fun. I love these tender little onions too.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
just
they're so good.
eating straight from here because it's just us two.
Right. Oh, there's so good. What a dinner.
Amazing. What a treat.
Yeah, good. And cook perfect.
Well,
Okay.
I think on that note, we will say thank you so much for joining us, and thank you also to Julia Milan behind the scenes. We've got a slightly new setup. Let's see what you think. And also John Burgess, who's here giving us some little tips and tricks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna have an article.
Don't tell that's a secret. We'll let you know when it happens. All right, we'll see you next time, March 3rd-ish. Yeah, because our 28 days in February, right?
That's right.
And we will see you very, very soon. He'll be here before you know it. Mom's going skiing tomorrow. She's got a fun ski weekend with some friends.
5 a.m.
Yay. Love you, Fiona. And Lauren approves of bringing in Taylor for an episode. That would be kind of fun.
That would be kind of fun.
Yeah, I think we got to do it.
But you get him this, okay?
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Cheers.
Have a great weekend.
It's an empty glass.
Cheers. Oh yeah, it's an empty glass, isn't it? Yeah, sure.